Hello everyone, we are here with Damien and Alex from CD Projekt. They're both French, so I pronounced the name right for once in my life. We bought beers already, so they're a little bit drunk already.
Absolutely.
So we can ask all the hard questions.
We never interview sober.
That's the best interview. We never interview sober.
That's great. So let's start with something interesting. You guys are known for supporting your games a lot.
Yes.
And on PC, like we got on The Witcher 2, we got a lot of evolution from the initial build to what we are having now.
Yeah.
And but the Xbox 360 version was out in a period in which the Xbox 360 was already mature. On the other hand, the new console now, PS4 and Xbox One, are like evolving very, very fast. So is there a chance that we are going to get on top of the DLC some performance patches in down the line, so that the performance with the improvement of the APIs and all the developer-facing parts of the console, we're going to have performance improvement for the game as well?
Well, the goal is to never rely on that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, that's one of the reasons we pushed. We wanted the game to be good as is. Out of the box, you play it, it's fine. You don't need a patch to just have it run. But yeah, we're just gonna carry on working on it, because we got our engine team that just never stops working. Maybe they'll come up with a new method, like they did very recently with the shadows. They found a new way. We have our shadow guru, that came up with a new method that was cheaper, gave us better shadows. So we changed that, and the shadows are improved. So yeah, we never know. I mean, we're not going to rely on it, but I'm sure the guys will come up with some new stuff.
If down the line they find any way to make things better, then we'll.
Yeah.
I have a terrible internet connection, so I hate all these big patches. I'm planning to just play out of the box.
We too. Here in Italy, internet connections are terrible. I can't even live stream.
In Poland, they're really good, but not where I live.
So everyone's talking about resolution on this console and that console, and we know what they have. But there is something that's a little bit more important than resolution, and that's lighting.
Yeah.
Lighting and effects are going to be like the actual detail of the effects and of the lighting is going to be the same on both consoles, or going to be different between PS4 or Xbox One?
The goal is to have everything the same. I'm trying to think. Can you think of anything that's different?
So I mean, besides the obvious resolution thing, but that's it. I mean, and anyway, it's barely visible.
So the only difference is resolution.
Really, I mean, you saw here, but the idea is that you don't want to discriminate against any player, so everybody we're working as hard as possible to get the same thing for everybody.
Shadows, different on PC ever so slightly, and the draw distance, and you get all the stuff like hairworks.
Yeah, if you have the big machine that can, then yeah,
which
sure.
makes
and
sense.
oversampling.
Yeah, exactly. But apart from that, no, I can't think of anything that's different in terms of lighting. But you're right, the lights can make a difference. I know that the cutscenes guys, or the dialogue guys as well, that will set up everything when you speak to a character. They spend a lot of time to make sure that the light is spot
It's just
on.
perfect.
Yeah, because it's important,
Yeah. One thing that I'm quite interested in is all the free DLCs you guys are gonna put out. So what can we expect in terms of content from those DLCs? Is going to be costumes? Is going to be quests? Is going to be something else?
A little bit of everything. You're gonna get new hair, new beards, new armors.
Are you gonna get an arena mode?
Some quests.
Yeah, you get some quests as well. It's
Yeah,
quite
yeah,
big.
yeah.
Arena mode, that's not planned. But the thing is, we're starting now to do it, because it comes out the day after release. So we have to get going quite soon.
Yeah.
But you never know. We haven't given details because we're still trying to
Decide.
what we want, what we can have, and so we just know that we'll do it, and that it's going to be free. And yeah, we have a few ideas.
Started working on the quest, and they're pretty cool.
The combat has improved quite a lot from The Witcher 2. In The Witcher 2, it has improved from the out-of-the-box version to the latest versions, but it has improved still more than that. What was the biggest challenge to get this responsive? Because it's quite responsive more than it was, and it was like a work in progress for a long time, or it's something that was supposed to be like this from the start.
Yeah, the responsiveness was something that fans mentioned a lot in the forums. We improved it by actually starting from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
What we did is the system before was more of an animation-driven system, where we have an animation and we know that this is it. This is going to be our dodge, for example. Whereas now you'd say, okay, I want my dodge to be, I don't know, 1.2 seconds. It's a rough number I'm giving you, but it's not exact. Don't quote me.
Don't worry.
Well,
it's filmed, so you're being quoted. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because it feels right.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Now we approach it from a different angle. What feels right? And then you work with temporary animations that are not particularly nice, but okay, this is the system we want. And then you add the animations that you want, following the guidelines that you have given, because that's what feels right, because it's more responsive. So that was the way to go.
So it's gameplay driven at the moment.
Absolutely.
Okay. The Xbox One version, I was surprised. It looks really good. Like, considering that the resolution is the worst in the three platforms you're doing, but it still looks really good. And I've been told that the current we have been testing the January version here. We've been told the current version is actually a lot better than that. What kind of improvements can we expect from that thing? Like, it's just a frame rating, or like an anti-aliasing thing, or lighting, or
it's a lot of stuff actually.
Yeah.
But it's not just visual. It's something we ask you to, you play it and you give us some feedback. That's what we've been doing with every journalist, and we send the feedback back to the office on the day, and then we started seeing some patterns. A lot of people were saying we could do with some horse improvements. They felt like the horse could feel a little bit more like this, a bit more responsive.
It feels a little bit clunky for them in this build.
Yeah,
it's completely different.
It's completely different. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, clunky is probably the word.
The earlier version.
But the new one has been changed quite considerably, and now it's spot on. Now it's great. So it's not just visuals. Visuals,
Yeah, the controls have been reworked as well a little bit. The tutorials have been rethought from the feedback.
Even the text as well. Some things that maybe weren't so clear were changed. Yeah, the combat, the buttons. Yeah, you're right. Because actually, I was playing with this one and I died
tricky.
once.
I'm not used to that anymore.
Yeah, it's changed. So I'm used to the new one. So there's a lot of stuff.
So is that different?
Yeah, basically
It's
we changed
pretty
the dodge, for example, was on the B button, and it was press for short and hold for long, and now it's A for long and B for short, so you can, because sometimes people found themselves holding the button a little bit too long and doing a long dodge when they wanted a short one, so we changed that.
They don't need the one button.
So you guys aren't like don't regret having delayed the game at all. I'm gonna say.
No, of course not. It's the best thing that could have happened, where the game could have come out, no problem, but we weren't happy with it. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't. It's when we see some of the feedback, like today, when people say, this could change, like the horse could change, but the rest is spot on, and we're like, well, it's already changed, so now
that's good.
We're good. We're good, so we know the title has greatly been improved by it. So definitely.
So, what's the most the harshest criticism you got from the media that tried this game so far that has been changed?
The harshest one that's been changed? Actually, we were in Spain a few weeks. Actually, this week. I think it was this week. A few days ago.
He's jet lagged.
Wow.
And we had something like 15 journalists trying it, and every single negative feedback has been addressed since then. It's been fixed. So there's really nothing. I think, when things aren't clear, it's always a bit difficult. That's one of the most difficult things, because we play all day long, so we know exactly what's going on.
It's good to have a fresh eye on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. What's the thing that the gameplay element? Since you're a gameplay designer, what's the gameplay element you're most proud of? Like the thing that when you see it on the screen, you say, "Wow, I'm really, really proud I did this."
It's when when you walk into a village and you have the geese that walk away from you, and you're like, yeah, this is exactly the geese I remember from my childhood. I grew up on a farm, so I was like, the animals have to be perfect. But I'm joking. There's just some. I don't know. There's nothing in particular. Everything's just as important, and it doesn't matter to me if no one sees it. I know that it's it's well done. And I'm glad that someone spotted actually recently that the horse will go and eat apples.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go to an interview and say, oh, did you know in The Witcher horses eat apples?
Or the beard grows.
Oh, the beard grows. Actually, the beard's been there since last year because we never really thought about it. To us, it's just something, and then suddenly you realize that fans go, wow, this is excellent. And you think, well, you know what? The game is full of little things like that. It's full of, and that ultimately, yeah, I'm just proud of the little things, I would say. The little things that will make people go.
One thing that I'm curious about, a lot of times when we get to the release of the game, we have seen pretty much all of it. Because, so how much, like, what percentage of, like, roughly, of the game we have seen so far?
It's not even the tip of the iceberg. I mean, we have people playing now around in the office, and you go to lunch and they're like, oh my god, and I did that, and there was this quest there, and this guy said that, and they're completely blown away because they had no idea. I mean, people discover things in our game. Not everybody has a whole picture, and people discover things all the time.
You have no idea. You have no idea because we don't have an idea. Because there's a lot of systems, gameplay systems that are so organic that will work if you have multiple things happening at once. Monsters coming in, humans joining in, and other things happening, and it just works. But I'm never going to sit down and test this in every single corner of the world because it's too big. So you've got these
systemic
things happening around you, and it's just quite organic.
Are there going to be, without spoilers, are there going to be some big set piece field battles that we're going to see in the game, like army against army, maybe even just in the backdrop, or it's mostly going to be like focused on Geralt, because there is a war in the background. So
there is a war in the background. The example that you've given, I can't really tell you anything, but yeah, we're gonna have some really epic. That word gets thrown around too much, but it truly is epic. It's jaw-dropping, huge set piece, and
you're thrown into this mess, and basically the world doesn't revolve around you, but you're gonna just get sucked into things. That's what it is.
So you'll see.
So you told me that you have 15 languages. You work on localization, right?
Absolutely.
15 languages, that there is a lot.
Yeah, 15 languages, 7 fully voiced over.
7 fully voiced ones. So people that are not English speaker, they have their stuff cut out for them. So what was the language that was most difficult to localize?
Well, each language has its challenges. The most exotic or the most fun, because they were new as well for us for the Witcher franchise. We did Brazilian Portuguese and Japanese.
Japanese.
And that's the first time we have voiceover for the Witcher in these languages.
Oh yeah, you're working with Spike Chunsoft, right?
Japanese. Yeah, people around the office playing Japanese. Like, oh my god, this is so weird.
Sounds like The Witcher the anime.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, that is awesome. The guy who voices Geralt in Japanese is very known in Japan. He's the voice of Russell Crowe in Gladiator.
Oh.
So it gives you an idea.
But that's kind of appropriate, I would say.
It fits,
It fits.
Really awesome.
The way, like Geralt is kind of rough like that.
Yeah. Well, it gives for the Japanese version. It gives kind of like Ronin vibe. I guess that's why.
We spend a lot of time on the voices, making sure that it fits the character. We have Charles Dance, for example, for the Emperor. So you know that voice from Game of Thrones.
Yes.
And actually, it sort of dictated. Was it the German equivalent that was redone to match the quality? Was it the Russian? The guy was so good that they went back to redo the voice for his equivalent in Russia because the guy really set the bar.
And in English, you have all this flavor added. I mean, Boris Bogat-Malashkevich and Travis Carritor, deal with the English version. They like all their local accent and everything. So we have all this flavor. In Skellige, they have like Northern Irish accent.
Yeah,
Neil,
I've noticed a lot of different
Yeah,
accents.
the Nilfgaardian guys, they have this kind of Dutch lilt in the back of their throat. I mean, the weird creature has this Welsh accent.
weird creature.
Yeah,
Welsh, of course.
we say, I mean, it was a
Yeah,
joke
we're a
around
bit
the office.
weird.
We're like, if it's weird, it's Welsh. This is how we tell the studio what accent to choose for the
I
creature.
love the Welsh. I lived in Wales.
Well, people, no, but
I know, I'm joking.
Welsh people loved it. They wanted T-shirt actually. With that, so.
Have you guys, like, how long did you guys work at CD Projekt? Like from the beginning, or you started lately?
For about 3 years now.
3 years. So you've been like you've been working only on the Witcher 3.
Excuse me?
You have been working only on the Witcher 3 basically.
I work on Cyberpunk as well.
And so Cyberpunk, of course, but I was talking about. So let me ask you something about Cyberpunk.
Why did
Something
I say that? Let's go back. So yes, I didn't
worked only
work
on the
on
Witcher
I
3.
didn't work on the enhanced edition of Witcher 2, but actually it is the reason I joined the company.
Yeah, but Cyberpunk. When are you like? Are we going to see something like in a reasonable time frame, just news or something like that?
Reasonable.
Like before 2016, let's say.
Before 2077.
27. Oh, that's good.
We're committing to this. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Before
yeah, yeah.
27.
You can promise that.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Before 2077. Yeah, you have my word.
Okay, I'm happy about that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. Let's go have another beer.
Yes, please.
Absolutely.
Let's go. You don't have to hide it.